Hey, clues and does, it's another Sparkle Fest we tend to call the Tube, and that's what our glitter is made of tonight. We're gonna celebrate Internet Censorship Day. Hooray! We're gonna help find the lost Malaysian plane. We're gonna get updated on that cars that drive themselves fantasy, and reveal the truth about that kissing strangers video everybody's talking about. I can't believe I actually liked it to begin with. But we're gonna start with the funniest, coolest interview we've seen in a while. Let's go. Comedian Zach Galifianakis has a popular web talk show he calls Between Two Ferns. In that hilariously dumb show, he interviews people even though he doesn't have a single skill it takes to, well, interview someone. But last night, something changed. Zach's guest on the show was none other than the President of the United States, Barack Obama. He appeared on the show to encourage young people to enroll for Obamacare through the healthcare.gov website. The video racked up 3 million views in just under 6 hours, making it the best start for a video in Funny or Die's history, according to a rep for the company. Here's a bit from this hysteric interview.
I have to know, what is it like to be the last black president?
Seriously? What's it like for this to be the last time you ever talked to a president?
It must kind of stink, though, that you can't run, 3 times.
No, actually, I think it's a good idea. If I ran a third time, it'd be sort of like doing a third Hangover movie. Didn't really work out very well, did it? Now, I have to say that I've seen this show before, and some of the episodes have probably been a little bit better than this. For example, the one with Bradley Cooper, that was a great show.
Bradley Cooper, yeah, everybody loves
He kind of carried that movie, didn't he?
Which film are you speaking of?
Those Hangover movies. Basically, he carried them.
Yeah, everybody loves Bradley. Good for him.
Good-looking guy.
Being like that in Hollywood, that's easy. Tall, handsome, that's easy. Be short, fat, and smell like Doritos and try to make it in Hollywood.
Yeah, well, I strongly recommend to watch the whole video. Even the question, how does it feel to be the last black president, is in there, so watch it. Now, more importantly for the Obama administration, the video succeeded in driving traffic to healthcare.gov, and funnyordie.com became the #1 source of referrals to the national healthcare site. So, great success, good humor, good way to go. And now, have a happy Internet Censorship Day, everybody. Every year, the Reporters Without Borders organization is issuing a report about the state of web censorship around the world. This year is no different, but the report is. The spying agencies in the service of the government across the Western world have taken a big part in this year's Enemies of the Internet report. We're used to think about places like Iran, China, and North Korea when we think about censorship, the web. But as the report states, we should start talking about the US, France, the UK, and Israel as well. Here's a short video Reporters Without Borders published earlier this year. Yeah, that's a sad party. So, has the free internet lost the battle? With us in the studio is the Tube chief editor, Yaron Tenwin. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. And thank you for letting me go with this hair.
Yeah,
okay. Okay, so is the web really in danger for being, well, censored worldwide?
If to put it very simply, even simplistically, yes. I mean, that's actually what's happening as we speak. The internet is being torn apart between countries. Each country wants to have its own little secure internet, secluded from the rest of the world. A lot of countries are already doing it, and I think this tendency will grow. And we had this idea about a free web, no borders. The establishment cannot stop us, but it can, and it did.
Well, you're gonna have to help me here because me as an Israeli, I don't feel like my web is censored in any way. So what does it mean?
Well, a lot of times censorship is unnoticed until it's noticed. So, I mean, if the NSA, for example, is following an American citizen like it does to all American citizens, and one day you write something and then someone knocks at your door. This actually happened in Israel a few times in the last few months, where especially Arab citizens in Israel wrote things against, I don't know, the mayor of Jerusalem,
that's
for
not
example.
censorship, that's
It is.
fine.
It is a form of censorship. I mean, if an establishment tries to scare you off of writing things freely on the internet, then there's no more freedom. It's a form of censorship. But when we're talking about censorship in Britain, for example, we're actually talking about filters, and Israel is going that way as well. And the idea is that the government will decide what you can and cannot read, and can and cannot see on the internet. And it starts with porn, but very quickly you see that activism websites are banned, and the filter kind of blocks everything that's uncomfortable for the government.
Well, does that mean that in the future, near or far, the internet is going to reinvent itself to become a free for all place, or is that a loss?
You know, it's a possibility because technology does have a kind of a tendency to do that. I mean, we used to say that information wants to be free, and every time you try to block it, it finds a way to bypass any kind of block you put there. And I think you know it's a question of how much we want it. Because if you are willing to get into trouble just for a free internet, then it will happen. But if people are frightened and are dominated by the government, then it won't.
Well, I think that's exactly the point because, as I said before, people think it's happening in those countries without realizing that they're part of something that's going on. So what can we do to raise awareness?
I mean, we can talk about it the way we're talking about it now. We can press the media to talk about it more. I think the media has a lot to lose from a censored internet because, you know, first they censored the internet, then they censored the media. So I think it's a danger that the media should be aware of. And I think people should be starting to explore there are many tools to bypass filters, bypass attempts to block you regionally, like to keep you geographically in the same place. People are doing it to watch Hulu and Netflix. They should be doing it for free information as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now, hey there. Okay, did you watch the news about the Malaysia Airlines flight airplane disappearing? Did you feel like you couldn't do anything about it? Well, hey, you can. Satellite firm Digital Globe is putting its Tom Nod crowdsourcing platform to work in effort to track down the whereabouts of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Volunteers are assigned a collection of satellite images to pour through and pin any possible clues or wreckage. MH370 went missing late last week on its way from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Officials have been stumped by the lack of evidence about what happened to the Boeing 777, which carried over 200 passengers. Tom Nod has roughly 25,000 people signed up to help out on the platform. So you go and help. I want a happy ending to this story. And now, it's the ultimate showdown of ping pong. The rivalry between man and machine came to a new peak when professional table tennis player Timo Boll was pitted against the KR Agilus, a robot arm from German company KUKA, in a game of table tennis. Sadly, instead of a real match, viewers were given a heavily edited commercial more focused on random camera shots than any, semblance of game. But there's also good news. Timo Boll won for now after finding a spot that the robotic arm couldn't reach. The human race is saved. Don't touch the arm as if it's human. That's when they kill you. They're machines. They're evil. And now, the promise of the self-driving car is taking too long to materialize, but that's gonna change sorta soon. Now, Nissan has a car that can drive itself without the need of a human doing, stupid things like steering a wheel. And according to the Japanese car giant, we'll be able to buy one as soon as the year 2020. So close, but not close enough. This video shows the exchangey self-driving concept car, now on display at the Geneva Auto Show 2014. Come on, you guys, we are so sick of driving. Give us a rest and make those cars already. How complicated can it be? How? And now, for her short video, First Kiss, director Tatia Pilieva asked 20 strangers to convene in a blank room, pair up with another, then kiss for the first time in front of her camera. The result looks like real-life romance. Watching the video will warm your cold, unfeeling heart until you get to the credits, at that point it will return to its frozen state. So yeah, turns out it's an advertisement for clothes, and most of these strangers are professional performers who are experienced in, acting out love, sex, intimacy for crowds. Is it really unacceptably touching that when gorgeous and charismatic Italian models, French actors, indie band leaders, and Hollywood royalty get together to kiss one another? No! Internet, you broke our heart. Again.
Adding scars to my heart, 'cause all I hear is I'm not ready now.
Good to go whenever. You have nice eyes.
Let's look at each other for a second, okay? Okay. And I can tell that you didn't have to face your mother losing her lover without saying goodbye. Without saying goodbye. 'Cause she didn't have time.
Capitalism and saliva, not for me. And now, have you ever bought clothes online? Have you ever heard a dance song while doing so? Well, let us show you what happens when the two collide.
Pump it up while your feet are stumping and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, 'cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that.
Random! And now Jurassic Park is 20 years old. Feel old? Well, you should. We are old. Thank God it's still a perfect movie. And thank God someone found a way to make it even better than perfect with cats. And that's it. The pizza's 3 days old. The pita bread has green stuff all over it. You hate your bachelor kitchen and you miss your mom. Or in other words, the show is over. Log to our Twitter and then do it again on our Tumblr. It's a 24. And always remember, if you're naturally kind, you attract a lot of people you don't like. Think about it. Goodbye. Goodbye.